couple more wander in here. It's a regular meeting for the North Augusta Board of Zoning Appeals for February 4th, 2025. Call the meeting to order. First item is roll call.
Here, London Smith.
Kathy Stallworth.
Kevin Skaggs. We have 3 here right now, so we have a quorum, so we'll move forward. The next item is approval of the minutes from the January 7th meeting. I glanced at it. I didn't have anything to note.
I did not either.
Okay, we'll wait because Mr. Burkhalter. Wait just a minute.
Is he coming?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I just saw him walk by. Come on in.
Oh, that's all good.
There were so many people.
We're on the minutes right now. I guess for the record, do your roll call.
Bill Burkhalter.
We'll look at the minutes. Do you have anything with them? Okay, so hearing no amendments you made, we'll just consider the minutes approved then. Thank you for looking at them. All right, the next item is confirmation of the agenda. We have 2 items here on the agenda. Both of them are special acceptance requests for home occupations. Anything else to add or change to that?
No, so that's the complete agenda.
All right, we'll consider the agenda confirmed. Okay. First item is ZE 24-008, a request by Honey Bucheri for a special exception for a home occupation from Table 5.1 use matrix of the North Augusta Development Code. The request affects approximately 0.68 acres, zone R14, large lot, single-family residential, located at 1026 Stanton Drive, PPN number 006-18-04-00. And I'll open up the public hearing, and you want to kick us off, please?
Yes, sir. This is, as you said, 1026 Stanton Drive. It's for a home occupation. It's for handyman type services. So he'll be doing the bookkeeping there, and he is aware that there's no outdoor storage of his materials. You know, he can, if he stores them in his garage or an outbuilding, but you can't stack lumber or in your yard there as far as your home occupation goes. This is a single family residential home in a residential neighborhood. You see it kind of backs up. Looks like some commercial there. Here it is, backs up the general commercial at the very end of Stanton. So anything on that side is commercial. Give you an idea of what it looks like. And I believe that you'll also see that there is a petition in your packet from these some of the adjacent homeowners on Holiday Drive and Hammond Drive. I'll let the applicant explain who those signatories are, but there's 3 and 3. So I would think that those are probably his adjacent parcels, but he can answer that for you. Any questions for me?
Anybody else have any questions for them? Okay. Does the applicant wants to say anything? And I got to come to the microphone. I got to swear you in. So you swear to tell truth, whole truth, nothing but truth. So help you God.
I swear, say truth but nothing.
State your name and address, please, for the record.
My name is Hani Bachiri. I am the resident of 1026 Stanton Drive.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Can you add anything to this?
Well, this is just for a handyman business as uh, presented. What I'm asking for is just to keep my records. Basically, I put a table and a chair in my basement, and I have my computer and my file, and that's what it's gonna be. Um, there will be no heavy machinery. There will be no air, land pollution, no traffic. There will be no client there. Nothing.
I don't have any questions. Do you have any questions?
How long, I do, how long have you lived at that residence?
Since 2011, ma'am.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes, we were actually before in Grovetown, and we moved here in 2011.
Right.
The people that signed the petition, were they adjacent neighbors to you?
Correct. So we have from kind of the north side, our neighbors there, Will and his lovely wife. From the west side, kind of west southern side, is Mr. Ralph and his wife, and across the street on the southeastern side is Heath and the family. Yes, sir.
They were all supportive of it.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Anybody else have anything?
I don't.
No question. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And I gotta ask, does anybody else want to come forward and speak for or against this application? And hearing none, I will close the public hearing for this particular application. Normally, in this phase, I'll read over, this is since it's a special exception, I read over the criteria, the 11 criteria. And I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna skip over that part. I'm gonna read it. I don't want to end up reading it twice.
Right, exactly.
So, I'm gonna try something a little bit different, but,
Yeah.
so I will jump, so there's 11 criteria involved in a special exception. So I'll read over each one, we'll discuss it, and, we'll go through all 11, and you have to be answering the affirmative on all 11 to get it approved. Then we'll make a motion. So let's, for the interest of time, let's skip over into the consideration phase. All right, like I said, there's 11 criteria. Okay, and I'll read the North Augusta section 8.18.8.4 defines the criteria the board shall use in hearing and deciding upon requests for special exceptions. Following is a staff analysis of the items submitted. Staff responses are in bold. That's just part of our packet. All right, the first one, number one, the use complies with all regulations, conditions, and standards of this chapter unless approved as a major waiver. The applicant states that his business will comply with all regulations and conditions of Article 5.3.7, home occupations. There is no increase in traffic and there will not be any alterations to the residence. The residence will be used strictly for scheduling and record keeping. Staff notes that the applicant is requesting to operate a home-based office for record keeping for his appliance repair business, but will not conduct any repairs at the residence. Home occupation is a conditional accessory use in the R14 single-family small lot zoning district that requires special exception approval. I don't have any issues with this.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
You good? All right. Number one, we're good. Number two, the use will not substantially injure the value of adjoining properties or the use is a public necessity. The applicant states that due to there being no alterations to the property or to the topography of the ground, thus will not affect the value of adjoining properties. Have good that's the applicant, have good relationships with neighbors and have continued to maintain these relationships for over a decade. Attached is in a petition signed by the neighbors within 200 feet of my residence. Staff notes that the surrounding properties consist mostly of single-family residential with the exception to the property to the west of the subject property, which is listed as general commercial. No problem. I have no issues with this.
I'm fine.
No.
You good?
Good.
All right. Number 3, the use is of a size, shape, and character suited for the proposed site. The applicant states that the residential property located at 1026 Stanton Drive is a one-story veneer brick home with a basement. The basement will serve as an office space with a desk and file cabinet. The use of the business will not interfere with the continued use of the residence. Staff notes that the applicant applied for a special exception for a home occupation. Table 5-1 use matrix states that the home occupations are permitted as a conditional use special exception. Section 5.3.7 of the 2023 North Augusta Development Code has 18 criteria that an applicant to adhere to when applying for a home occupation, which are listed above. Staff has reviewed the applicable requirements in section 5.3.7 and found that the proposed use as a home office is consistent with those requirements. Rather than to go through each 18, does anybody think we need to revisit any of them?
I don't think so.
I do not believe so.
I'm good. You good? Okay. All right, we're good with number 3. Number 4, the location and character of the use, if developed according to the information submitted and approved, will be compatible with existing uses adjacent to and near the property and will not adversely affect the development of the neighborhood or the district in which the use is proposed. The applicant states that the use of the HMB Property Solutions LLC at the residence will not have an effect on the development of the residence or the neighborhood. There will be no visual signage used to reference this business at the property.
I'm fine there.
You good? Anybody? I'm okay.
I have no problem with that.
You good with that? Number 5, the use will not create traffic impacts or parking issues that will endanger public safety or contribute to traffic congestion or unacceptable adversely impact nearby properties when compared with uses permitted by right in the same zoning district. The applicant states that the use of the HMB Property Solutions LLC at the residence will not create or increase the traffic or impact the accessibility of public services in the area. There will be no on-street parking. Clients will not visit the residence, and the residence will continue to be used and appear as a family residence. Staff notes, as stated above, section 5.3.7.1 in the Development Code states that the home occupation shall not increase traffic or on-street parking that will be inconsistent with a residential area. A home occupation expected to generate more than 10 business-related trips per day shall be permitted as a special exception. The commercially operated general office use open to the public, operated by 2 people, generates 7 vehicle trips per day, according to the ITE trip generation rates, 11th edition. The business plan involved is a significantly different than a general office open to the public, and staff would anticipate a lower number of trips per day and no adverse impact to the neighborhood from traffic. I'm good with that one.
I'm good with that.
Good? All right. Number 6, the use is consistent with existing and planned pedestrian and vehicular circulation adjacent to and near the property. The applicant states that the home occupation will not impact existing and planned pedestrian or vehicular circulation adjacent to and near the property, as there will be no heavy equipment or increase in vehicles at the residence. Staff notes that the primary use of the residence will remain to be single-family residential. The proposed use should generate minimal traffic and is not anticipated to include deliveries that is inconsistent with single-family residences. There is to be no heavy machinery on the property. So I'm good with 6.
I'm good with that.
Number 7, the use will not be hazardous, detrimental, or disturbing to surrounding land uses due to noise, light, glare, smoke, odor, fumes, water pollution, obstruction of airflow on adjoining properties, or other general nuisances. The applicant states that HMB Property Solutions LLC will conduct all business at the client's job site. This is not part of the business that will be detrimental nor hazardous to the surrounding areas. The applicant will be strictly record keeping in the basement of the residence. There will be no hazards nor any type of pollution, noise, light, smoke, odor, fumes, or water. Staff notes that the use listed for the subject home occupation shall not generate any exterior detrimental, or disturbing situations. I'm good with 7.
Fine, yeah.
I'm good with that.
You good with that? Number 8, the use will be adequately served by essential public services and facilities and will not require additional public expense. The applicant states that the H&B Property Solutions LLC will not impact the public services that are currently provided to the area, as there's only a small service business that will not require any additional public services. The staff notes that existing public services are provided at the applicant's residence and will not require additional public expense.
I'm good with that.
I'm good.
I'm good with that.
Number 9, the use will not adversely affect any site or feature or historical, cultural, natural, or scenic importance. The applicant states that the occupancy of the business at the residence will be strictly for record keeping, thus will not affect any historical, cultural, natural, or scenic feature of importance in the area. There will be no changes to the residence, as it will remain as it has for the past decade. And I'm good with number 9. Good with that. Okay, number 10, the proposed use will not conflict with but will further the objectives of the City of North Augusta Comprehensive Plan. The applicant states that the H&B Property Solutions LLC will not negatively affect or conflict with the City of North Augusta's Comprehensive Plan, but will aid in financial support for the family. Staff notes that the surrounding property is suitable for residential uses, of which a home occupation is an accessory use and complies with the Comprehensive Plan. You good?
I'm good with that.
You good? I mean, all right, number 11. The use will not materially endanger the public health, safety, and welfare if located, designed, and proposed to be operated according to the information submitted. A denial by the BZA based exclusively on this language shall include explicit findings regarding the way in which granting this special exception would endanger public health, safety, and welfare. The applicant states that the use of H&B Property Solutions LLC will be an office space and will not materially endanger the public health, safety, and welfare. The business will be conducted strictly in a designated area, the basement, and will consist of record keeping, email correspondence, and occasional phone calls. All information is correct and current. And then the staff notes that if approved, staff would recommend the following conditions. The number 1, the first condition was the home at 1026 Stanton Road shall be used solely for address of the business license and record keeping. And number 2, H&B Property Solutions may not have or operate heavy machinery at the residence. Are we good with those conditions? And
Yeah. I would like to ask a question again of the applicant.
come forward, please.
I meant to ask this before. What is your type of business?
Well, it will be more of a like painting, small areas.
Painting?
Yes, ma'am. There will be painting, drywall repair, fence repair, deck repair, small minor things, nothing big, nothing construction. No structural, nothing.
Have you been doing this before?
I've done it before, yes, ma'am.
Okay. I just was curious.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your services can be greatly used.
You greatly used.
Yeah, you're going to be in demand, I'll tell you.
So while we're talking about, did I read where it says it was the occupation was a appliance repair?
Yeah, who is that? It says somewhere appliance repair. That's why it was.
Yeah.
It says somewhere
It was
in
in
all,
that-
this,
in the
all
packet.
these papers. It says that.
So,
I missed that.
well, it's in the,
That's why I
it's in
was-
this part. It says appliance repair. Home occupation /
It sure does.
Yeah, that's why I was curious because he didn't. You said handyman,
Yes, ma'am.
So I guess
I missed
but you're
that.
not going to come fix
When
my
I was reviewing
refrigerator. You're not a appliance repair person, right?
so that'll be noted on the business
Yes.
application.
Yes.
Okay. So
Where
we don't
was
need.
it? Where'd you find it?
Front page.
Oh, yeah, we did see that, yeah.
So we don't have to note that in our motion or anything? Okay. All right, so are we good with the two
Mhm.
conditions? Good. All right, so we have answered in the affirmative for all 11. And since our motion maker is not here, I will make the motion. Get my act together now. Okay. Based on the findings previously discussed and voted on, I move that application number ZE 24-008 HMB Property Solutions, a request by Hani Bucheri for special exception pursuant to section for home occupation of the North Augusta Development Code
18.8.
18.8, thank you. North Augusta Development Code for a home occupation be granted with the following two conditions. Number one, the home at 1026 Stanton Road shall be used solely for address of business license and record keeping. And number two, HMB Property Solutions may not have or operate heavy machinery at the residence. We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second? Mr. Burkhalter, seconds. Any further discussion? All in favor, so raise your hand. It's unanimous. Your special exception is approved. Good luck to you.
Yeah, good luck.
You too.
You
You
too.
too.
You need more of that here.
I know.
You need more of that here. So
Right.
much damage.
All right. Our second one is ZE 25-001. Request by Taylor Wilson for a special exception for a home occupation from Table 5.1 use matrix of the North Augusta Development Code. Request affects approximately 0.65 acres, zone R14, large lot, single family residential, located at 1901 Burns Road, TPN 006-05-03-001. And I will open up the public hearing for this request. And Mr. Paradise, can you exalt?
Yes, sir. This is a little bit different than most of the home occupations I've seen in the past, mainly because Ms. Wilson has developed a product, and she has had that product patented, and she wants to have an office in her home, and that's all that's going to be there, that and some samples. Then she'll, as she sells, she'll have it shipped from the manufacturer straight to the purchaser. I can let her explain her product a little bit more if you have questions or whatever. But other than that, it's a home occupation. She's going to be using it for her bookkeeping, your typical home occupation office with a little bit of storage for samples. And my understanding that storage will probably be inside the main residence. That's it. You have any questions?
Not of you. You have any questions?
Mm-mm.
You have any questions? Does the applicant want to add anything? Come forward, please. All right. All right, I got to swear you in first, all right? Raise your hand.
I'm sorry.
Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Okay, state your name and address for the record, please.
Taylor Wilson, 1901 Burns Road, North Augusta.
Thank you.
So I brought a sample cup just so y'all can see it. So how healthcare sales usually work is they, especially new companies, they're not just going to agree to sell your product at their facility or their hospital, use your product. So you go in for lunch and learns, you bring samples of the product, and you kind of pitch it to them. You tell them why they really would benefit from your product versus the products that they use. So what I would be doing is ordering cups, and they will come with labels. They will be unopened, and then I will go pass out sample cups to the facilities and let them test it on their patients, or even if anybody who works at the facility would like to test it to give me feedback. But I've been collecting feedback for many years. And once the healthcare facility, if they go, we really want your product, we will become a vendor. We will sign up as a vendor. And when they order their product, it will come straight from the manufacturer. Nobody will be coming to my house. All the meetings that I will be scheduling are at the healthcare facilities. What else? I will be mainly the house office is for, emails, phone calls, and scheduling meetings at healthcare facilities. Nobody's coming by. The cups will be in boxes and they will be packaged. I'm hoping about 100 a box. So they're going to be rather small boxes, and I will just keep them in the home.
That's for your samples when the lunch and learn.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And then I'll go out and bring those samples with me. Yes, ma'am. That's all I have.
I don't have any questions. You got anything?
I think you said, it says here, when I place the order with manufacturer, they package several cups in boxes of 100. You said how many would be in the room itself, you said?
Yeah, so to start off, probably a couple boxes to be a couple
Right.
hundred. I don't know exactly how many I will place the order for first.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, each box will have about 100.
So it'll be probably within one room of the house, no more? Or?
Right.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
No, that's fine.
No more than a room. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think my parents wouldn't
Yeah.
appreciate that.
That's all I have.
This isn't relevant to the consideration of your request. I'm just curious, is there another part to this device?
No. So I actually have I should have brought the normal specimen cup. I have it in my car. I have packages of them in my car. So part of the problem given a sample as a female is you
Right.
can't aim. So this product, men will give a sample as they normally do, but women will be able to squeeze,
Okay.
give a sample, and then put the lid on.
Okay.
And so I've been collecting feedback for a number of years, making sure it's perfect. So that's it. Yeah. And there's no additional parts to the product. What they have out now, there's like funnel attachments. There's other things that can be pretty expensive.
Right.
So.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Seems like a good idea.
Thank you. All right, I got to ask, is anybody else out there want to speak for or against this application? Hearing none, close the public hearing on this request then. All right, like the last one, I'll skip over all that first stuff. We got to go answer all 11 questions in the affirmative. And we will get started now. You have written a whole bunch. All right, number one, first question. The use complies with all regulations, conditions, and standards of this chapter unless approved as a major waiver. The applicant states that the use of the property at 1901 Burns Road for the business Tuck Cup will comply with all regulations, conditions, and standards of this chapter. Tuck Cup is a patented product and is a flexible urine specimen cup that does not require aiming in order to give a sample, making it less messy for women to give a sample. Men use the product as they normally would. All rules and quality regulations set forth by the FDA have been followed for this product. The FDA requires that the product have a quality management system in place, making sure that the product is safe for public use. Tuck Cup owner and manufacturer have a quality system regulation document in place, as well as standard operating procedures. The owner and sole employee, Taylor Wilson, will conduct administrative work for the business for the office of the residents. Rules and regulations laid out by the North Augusta Development Code will be followed. Owner of Tuck Cup will conduct administrative tasks at 1901 Burns Road. such as setting up meetings at healthcare facilities and answering calls and emails. No meetings will be held at the residence and no additional traffic will occur. The business is a startup. Before orders are placed from healthcare facilities, they require meetings and what they call lunch and learns to learn more about the product you are selling. Lunch and learns require product demonstrations and samples in order to get healthcare facility product cup samples. The applicant will order product from manufacturer. When I place the order with my manufacturer, they package the sterile cups in boxes of 100. I will drive and pick up the samples and store them in the office at the residence. Samples of the cups in plastic packaging will be passed out to local healthcare facilities, healthcare clinics, hospitals, and related healthcare businesses. Once the healthcare facility places an order for the cups, I'll place an order directly with the manufacturer, and they will directly ship the product to the healthcare facility. Staff notes that the applicant is requesting to operate a home-based office for conducting administrative business for the business, but will host all meetings and sales at her client's place of business. A home occupation is a conditional accessory use in the R14 single family small lot zoning district that requires special section approval. So for question number one.
Good with
You're
that.
good with it. Okay. Number two, the use will not substantially injure the value of the adjoining properties or the use as a public necessity. The applicant states that the use of the residential property at 1901 Burns Road has been presented to surrounding neighbors, and staff notes that the surrounding properties consist mainly of single-family residential. And I have no issue with number two.
I'm good.
You good? No problems. All right, number three, the use is of a size, shape, and character suited for the proposed site. The applicant states that the residential property located at 1901 Burns Road is a one-story ranch-style residence. The business owner plans to use the desk in a bedroom in a residence as her office. The small use of a space will not interfere with the continued use of the home as a residence. Staff notes that the applicant applied for a special exception for a home occupation. Table 5-1 use matrix states that the home occupations are permitted as a conditional use special exception. Section 5.3.7 of the North Augusta Development Code has 18 criteria that an applicant to adhere when they're applying for a home occupation, which are listed above. Staff has reviewed the applicable requirements of section 5.3.7 and found that the proposed use as a home office is consistent with those requirements. Do we need to revisit any of the 18 criteria?
No.
I'm good. Okay, you're good. So we're good with our question three? Okay. Number four, the location and character of the use, if developed according to the information is submitted and approved, will be compatible with the existing uses adjacent to and near the property and will not adversely affect the development of the neighborhood or the district in which the use is proposed. The applicant states that the location of Tuck Cup at 1901 Burns Road will not affect any development in the neighborhood or district in the area in which it is located. No signage will be used to reference its business and will continue to be used and appear as a personal residence.
I'm okay with that one.
I'm good.
I'm
We're
good.
good with it. All right. So we're good with four. Number five, the use will not create traffic impacts or parking issues that would endanger public safety or contribute to traffic congestion or unacceptable adversely impact nearby properties when compared with uses permitted by right in the same zoning district. The applicant states that Tuck Cup has one employee and a personal vehicle. All in-person meetings will be held outside the residence or on the phone. Meetings will not take place within the residence. The business will not affect traffic in the area, nor cause congestion or endanger public safety. In addition, it will not affect nearby properties. Staff notes as stated above, section 5.3.7.1 in the development code states that the home occupation shall not increase traffic or on-street parking that would be inconsistent with the residential area. A home occupation expected to generate more than 10 business-related trips per day shall be permitted as a special exception. A commercial operator general office use open to the public, operated by 2 people, generates 7 vehicle trips per day according to the ITE trip generation rates in 11th edition. The business plan involved is significantly different from the general office. Open to the public, and staff would anticipate a lower number of trips per day and no adverse impact to the neighborhood from traffic.
No problem.
Good, I'm good.
I'm good.
All right. Number 6, the use is consistent with existing and planned pedestrian and vehicle circulation adjacent to and near the property. The applicant states that the use of the residence 1901 Burns Road will not affect the pedestrian traffic or vehicle circulation near the area. The location will remain a full-time resident. All traffic, both pedestrian and vehicular, will continue as per usual. Staff notes that the primary use of the property will remain be single-family residential. The proposed use to generate minimal traffic and is not anticipated to include deliveries that is inconsistent with single-family residences. Good.
Good with that.
Number 7, the use will not be hazardous, detrimental, or disturbing to surrounding land uses due to noise, light, glare, and smoke, odor, fumes, water pollution, obstruction of airflow or on adjacent properties or other general nuisances. The applicant states there will be no part of the business that will be hazardous, detrimental, or disturbing to the surrounding areas. The cups will be manufactured at a manufacturing plant in Georgia. The cups will come sterile in the packaging. Samples of the cups and their plastic packaging will be given to healthcare facilities. Staff notes that the use listed for subject home occupation should not generate any exterior hazardous, detrimental, or disturbing situation. I'm good with 7.
I'm good with that.
We're good with 7. Number 8, the use will be adequately served by essential public services and facilities and will not require additional public expense. The applicant states that no additional public expense will be required for Tuck Cup to work out of residence of 1901 Burns Road, as administrative tasks will be performed at the residence. There will be very little to no effect or change to the current living patterns at the residence. Staff notes that the existing public services are provided at the applicant's residence and will not require additional public expense. I'm good with 8.
I'm good with that one.
Good with it.
I'm good with it.
Number 9, the uses will not adversely affect any site or featured historical, cultural, or natural or scenic importance. The applicant states that the residence at 1901 Burns Road is not located on any historical, cultural, natural, or scenic area that will be affected by being the home office of Tuck Cup. The premises will continue to be effectively maintained. You good with 9? Good with it.
I'm good.
Me too. Anyway, number 10, that the proposed use will not conflict with, but will further the objectives of the City of North Augusta Comprehensive Plan. The applicant states that Tuck Cup owner will plan to spend their salary and do their shopping and dining mainly in North Augusta city limits. And staff notes that the surrounding property is suitable for residential uses, of which home occupation is an accessory use and complies with the comprehensive plan. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good.
Good with it. All right, we're good with 10. And the last one, number 11, the use will not materially endanger the public health, safety, and welfare if located, designed, and proposed to be operated according to the information submitted. A denial by the BZA based exclusively on this language shall include explicit findings regarding the way in which granting this special exception would endanger public health, safety, and welfare. The applicant states that the use and part of the residence at 1901 Burns Road as an office space for Tuck Cup will not materially endanger the public health, safety, and welfare. The business conducted at the residence will consist of phone calls, email, and setting up meetings at healthcare facilities. All of the above information is current and accurate as stated. Staff notes, if approved, staff will recommend the following conditions. Number 1, the home at 1901 Burns Road shall be used solely for address of this business license and conducting administrative business. And number 2, no medical supplies will be sold from 1901 Burns Road. I guess you mean like sold in person, is that right? You want to clarify or add anything to it?
Yeah, maybe add for 2. It says no medical supplies will be sold from 1901 Burns Road. Maybe say like either no medical supplies will be physically sold, or some word that would say you can sell it, but you can't do it. I don't know if we want to go that far or not. I don't know. We want to put a qualifier in there or not.
Oh, I mean, I don't think for this case we need to, but maybe we ought to.
Yeah.
For future.
I mean, she could sell it online, you know. I don't know. Just throwing it out there.
What you're trying to say is nobody coming up to pick.
Yeah,
boxes
yeah,
up,
yeah.
Right.
That's what I was trying to say too.
Okay,
Okay.
that's what we
So,
You added and delivered.
sold and delivered.
Yeah.
That makes sense? Or that, no, well,
I'm thinking,
Will be sold in person
Yeah.
at the residence.
Yes.
or
That's a good qualifier.
no, no customers will come to the site. Would that say the same thing?
Yeah.
No customers will come to the residence.
sold and delivered to customers.
Medical supplies will be sold and delivered
Customers.
to customers.
Does that make sense? Yep. That makes sense to you? That's something you can live with? Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay. So we good with those two conditions?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've answered in the affirmative for all 11. And I'll try to go through this again. Motion. Based on the findings previously discussed and voted on, I move that application number ZE 25-001 Cup, a request by Taylor Wilson for special exception pursuant to sections 18.8 of the North Augusta Development Code for a home occupation be granted with the following conditions. Number one, the home at 1901 Burns Road shall be used solely for address of business license and conducting administrative business. And number two, no medical supplies will be sold and delivered to customers from 1901 Burns Road. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Kathy, get the second.
okay.
Any other discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. It's unanimous, and the special exception is approved.
Good luck.
Good luck to you. All right, anything else we need to cover?
No, sir.